Hi everyone, myself P. Rashika, working as Assistant Professor in SNS College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences. Today we are going to see the topic of coarse dispersion. Introduction. The coarse dispersions are the heterogeneous dispersed system. This dispersed phase has a particles or that has a particle size range between the large than 1000 nanometer. It is categorized by the fast sedimentation of the dispersed phase and caused by the gravity or other forces. In the dispersed phase of the coarse dispersion may be easily separated by the continuous phase by filtration. And coarse dispersion has two phases, that is dispersed phase and continuous phase. And then suspension. The suspension can be defined as the heterogeneous bibasic liquid dosage form, that is the insoluble solid particles are suspended in the liquid medium. The suspension has one droplet liquid and fine solid particles in a gas is called as the aerosols. The suspended insoluble particles is referred to as external or discontinuous phase. The liquid phase is referred to as external or continuous or dispersion medium. That is, it has two phases, that is dispersed phase and continuous phase. The dispersed phase is called as a solid particle or liquid droplet. The dispersion medium is water, that is a continuous medium. It is thermodynamically unstable and make the required volume, and it help to stabilizers and with the help of suspending agent. The surfactant or suspending agents are the molecules which presents the two fundamental properties, that is adsorption and aggregation. First, adsorption happens when surfactant move from the bulk of a solution to the boundary between the two phases like oil and water, where then align themselves to reduce the surface tension. The surfactant role is to reduce the interfacial tension between the two phases. This occurs between the surfactant or amphiphilic, meaning they have both water loving and water hating. Water loving represents hydrophilic and water hating represents hydrophobic part. Second is the aggregation. The surfactant molecules in solution naturally group together to form a structure like a missiles. In a missiles, the hydrophobic tails tuck inward and away from water, while the hydrophilic heads face outward. These properties make a surfactant essential in a product like detergent, emulsions, and even in a drug delivery system also. It is a classification of suspension. The suspension has a four categories, that is a particle size, density of material, arrangement of bases, and route of administration. In particle size, there is a colloidal and coarse dispersion. In a density of material, there is a diffusible and indiffusible. Arrangement of phases, it is a flocculated and deflocculated. In route of administration, there is a four categories, that is oral, parenteral, and ophthalmic preparations also considered in this classification of suspension. Then emulsion. Emulsion also is a bibasic liquid dosage form in which two immiscible liquids are present, that is stabilizing in adding a surfactant or emulsifiers. The fine dispersion of minute droplet of one liquid in another in which is not able to soluble or miscible. It is depending upon the continuous phase of two liquids can form a different types of emulsion, and the emulsions depends on the larger on the volume of two materials, that is dispersed phase and the continuous phase. In emulsion, there is two liquids are present, immiscible liquids, that is one liquid is converted into fine droplet, that is a dispersed phase, and another liquid is called as a dispersion medium. Next is there is an example for emulsion. There is a two types of emulsion. One is oil in water and is the water and oil emulsion. In oil and water emulsion, it can form oil in water can form a first oil in water emulsion. There is a oil is the dispersed phase. In water is the continuous phase. In water and oil emulsion, there is a water is the dispersed phase and oil is the continuous phase. In multi emulsions are also possible, including water and oil in water emulsion and oil in water and oil emulsion. In these emulsions stabilized with a surfactant, that is the emulsifying agents have to the both affinities are considered to that. It make the emulsions very stable and it is used in the pharmaceutical preparations. And then classification of emulsion. Emulsion is categorized by four categories, that is the phase, route of administration, and global size and physical form. In a phase, it is a simple and multi-emulsion. It example for simple emulsion, that is oil in water and water in oil emulsion. In multiple emulsion, there is oil in water and oil, water and oil in water. There is an example for the phase separations, and the route of administration, that is the internal use and external use. Global size is depend upon the particle size, that is a macro emulsion and micro emulsion. In physical form, it is a liquid and aerosols. Further can be explained by the next video. Thank you.